got dislocated.
Hello everyone, welcome to Coffee, Tea, Money, Talk. Today we will talk about the travel insurance. Is it necessary for your travels? So people will think that travel insurance is not so necessary. However, many people make a common mistake when it comes to purchasing and using travel insurance. Today we have an expert together with me. I will ask them the question. Hello, Lenin and Kieran.
Lenin, Kieran.
Oh, you want me to make a symbol? Lenin, Kieran.
It's okay, no
Yeah,
worries.
it's okay. Yeah.
So, when talk about the travel insurance, so many people think like, wow, waste of the money. Why I need to cover? Why I need to pay the money from this travel? I never claim at all. Just waste the money. Few dollars, maybe up to 100. So, what is so important to buy the travel insurance?
Kieran?
I think the most important part is when you are traveling, you want a peace of mind. I think the most things that we always face is, for example, if you have connecting flights, flight delays, sometimes the baggage get delay as well. So these are little things that most people are more concerned about, or even about trip cancellation. Sometimes there are you meet into scenarios where you have immediate family members who fall seriously ill. So I think these are little things that you want to spend time enjoying your holiday, but in case things do cop out, right, then the travel insurance is there to help you to give you some compensation in a certain way lah. Yeah, how about yourself?
Actually, if you ask me, right, recently I just came back from Japan. Okay. Luckily, I really buy a single trip insurance. Then my daughter, she just take the slide. The slide is like, the height is like 10 cm. Then I don't know how she land, her whole elbow. Luckily, it's the end of the holiday. So, at least I feel that, although I panic, but I think at least I call the insurer. The insurer assured me, okay, I don't really call, but there is now they are quite tech savvy lah. So I send message.
Lah. So
They actually reply back to me, says, hey, Mr. Chong, don't need to worry. Okay, it's being covered for medical expenses, for injury. So all you need to do is you settle the bill, you come back, we will settle the claim for you.
So you seek some treatment over.
Yeah, so I seek some treatment in Tokyo. Then after that, including the ambulance, pick up my daughter, my whole family, me, my wife, my two sons, my daughter, go to the hospital. The time was almost 8 plus already. I'll tell you, I really quite tired already. Seek treatment, settle her elbow because got dislocated. Then after that, put back in this position. Then the whole total bill, I just pay first.
How much is the bill, if you don't mind sharing?
The bill is almost, I think, about 100,000 yen. So it's about 1,000 Sing. Yeah, but at least I think to certain people 1,000 is a lot of money. So at least I know that, hey, I text my insurer, I say, okay, don't worry, we'll settle this. Make sure that you have the doctor memo, and then come back and seek treatment. It was also covered. Yeah, so I think travel insurance is very, very important.
So it's like many people say it's very mafan to claim and like not so easy to claim. Then have a lot of condition and criteria. Is that true?
I think it depends on what exactly you are claiming lah. It's all defined by fixed definition also. So like what I say, the most common things that normally people will claim will be flight delays, medical expenses, or even missing of items by robbery or stealing of cases, especially if you go Europe quite often. So I think these are the common things that people normally claim for. And right now the insurers are also quite convenient to seek claiming. So there's a portal, there's a website for you to upload whatever necessary documents. And then most of the time, if you buy on own, sometimes it's a little bit mafan in that sense because you don't know exactly what is required. And sometimes you feel that the claim might be rejected because you do not have certain requirements. For example, a flight delay will require the airlines to issue a memo stating that, hey, the flight is being delayed. Or if you experience some form of robbery or missing items, then you need a police report. So I think these are little things that if you are buying on your own and you don't have good experience in claiming, right, then you'll miss out all these little details. So that's where, buying through advisors might be a better choice where they are able to give you informed decisions, informed informations on this one. So I think that's where we are able to seek hotline for help also, like what Lenin did.
Yeah.
How about the exclusion? Can you discuss some common exclusion?
I think
or-
exclusion.
Yeah.
Correct. What cannot be claimed?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Most
claim.
part.
So I think, okay, sometimes I think people actually kind of like negligence. It's like, okay, sometimes people get carried away. They always like to, when they go toilet, basically men, they like to put the phone on the,
Yes.
then they walk away. Then they tell me, hey, Lenin, I lost my phone. Then when I ask them, hey, how do you actually lost your phone? They say, I left it in the toilet. This is self-negligence. Self-negligence honestly cannot claim because it's the mistake made by yourself, not like what Kieran says,
People
not
steal,
robbery, not people steal, not
all
not
this,
broken, So it's really self-negligence. Don't come and tell your agent, say, hey, walao, I want to claim back my lost phone. But this one is self-negligence, confirm cannot claim. So this is exclusion lah. That's what Kieran says.
Correct. And I think hiking, sometimes hiking is also not covered. Scuba diving?
So they
So
did
it's mean like the high risk activity.
Yes, high risk activity. So I think the common one is like diving to a certain depth. What was the depth required?
30 meters.
right? If I'm
Yeah.
right,
So no, they can buy, but they make sure that the policy that
Do
they
cover
buy
this
to cover this specific high
Activity that you are into,
Correct. Even like golf, they
yeah.
need to include golf.
Golf sets,
Your friend who like to play golf, they don't assume that it's getting covered. At least must say, got golf cover or not? Got high risk activity or not?
High risk activity.
Skydiving.
Or trekking above, I think
3,000.
3,000.
Yeah, 3,000.
So I think these are little things that sometimes people forget about it and they think that everything might be the same. So certain policies cover certain activities, so you need to be aware lah, in terms of this portion.
So how about like I really go for the hiking, like go for snowing, hiking. Then I say that I really snow in the lower, never go until high. Then how they track all this?
So usually I think the person who buy this policy, right, I'm very sure that if they go to some ski resort, right,
resort, yeah.
I'm very sure there is like path A, path B, path C. That
Like for beginner, intermediate,
correct.
and the advanced
So
one.
it is quite straight through lor. I mean, the track cost you have to pay, the rental cost you got to pay. So they will check whether is this the height, this is not the height, or is it with trainer, no trainer. So they know that if you are trying to lie through, of course, who want to pay you? Yeah.
So that's where you all might think that the whole claim procedure might be a little bit troublesome because you are not able to feed them the information that they want.
How about those elderly? Like for example, I bring my ama. My ama cannot walk so well. Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, there is some insurer out there actually do cover for pre-existing condition.
Yeah, especially if you bring elderly, right? Sometimes
Yeah.
they have a little bit of like high blood, diabetes, or this.
Correct,
I think
correct.
Covering for pre-existing condition becomes a very, very important part for especially bringing elderly overseas.
And also, I think one point I should add from Kieran is that COVID. I mean, not saying that there are also insurer that, why so cheap? But sometimes you need to look at the fine print. It doesn't cover COVID. We just got recovered from COVID. So it's important that for the elderly, it covers the pre-existing, it covers COVID. And then don't say, why so expensive? No, because of these two, that brings up the cost.
Whole cost lah.
Yeah.
Then like that, why so many people still feel 麻烦, like don't want to buy? Because actually the travel insurance is not that expensive. I mean, 80s.
I think it depends on the duration and where you go to also lah.
Yeah, I mean, if you
correct.
go Malaysia, versus you go USA, I mean, the cost is definitely different because the area where you are covered, the area we are
the
going,
risk also is also
the
very
risk is so different.
So I think these are little things that sometimes people forget. And like what you said, the amount of money that you actually pay is actually very little compared to the troublesome that you might potentially face. I have met my colleagues who actually went Italy with me in April, right? Then if you also remember, there's actually a flood in Dubai. So that caused a big delay in luggages and flight as well. So luckily they managed to claim the travel insurance for that portion. Not a lot, but I guess it gives you some form of peace of mind. You can get some winter clothings over there, so can tie you through that period before the luggage comes in.
How about if I got treatment in overseas, like I go back Thailand, then I got COVID-19, then I need to treat in Thailand. So what kind of hospitality I can claim?
I mean, if let's say you are traveling from Singapore out to Thailand, I mean, if you buy that travel insurance, but definitely you can seek treatment in Thailand, any hospital. But the thing is that you need to pay first and come back Singapore and claim back for insurer.
Reimburse.
Yeah, reimburse. But of course, again, you need to make sure that
it's been covered.
Yeah, it's been covered.
That's the most important part. They will not pay you.
Yeah, if you buy and then not cover, oh no, sorry, you never buy. It's very sad lah.
But actually for me, at first, right, I feel like travel insurance is a waste of money. Travel, enjoy. Why I need to claim? Why I need to pay this kind of money? This kind of money I keep for myself doing here and there. But God, one time, right, I brought my son back to Thailand to see the great grandma. Wow, he gonna COVID,
Then what happened?
Lucky that time around, I really got buy insurance that cover COVID-19.
Oh, so you managed to claim everything.
I managed to claim everything, which is about 1,500 Sing dollars.
Wow.
I think at that point of time, they also pay you for like quarantine as well, right?
That point of time, yes, they pay for the quarantine as well as my son is an independent, need the guardian to be there.
So they pay
even
you and
including you also.
Yes, because I buy as a nucleus, nah.
Good.
So now that you travel overseas, you will
Definitely buy.
Don't buy lah, save the money.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, what actually sparks you to buy the travel insurance at that point of time? Because
Cause point of time, right, my in-law keep nagging me. You bring your son to Thailand and the COVID-19 just open up, lockdown, why you want? Why did you find never mind lah, to let them never talk about anything. So I just show them, buy already, mommy.
Can you remember how much do you actually pay for the travel insurance at the point
Less
of
than
time?
100.
Okay lah.
About 80 plus 90 only.
okay.
Yes.
Imagine you never spend the $80. You're gonna spend 1,500,
Yeah.
So you spend the 80, pay, and you take back the 1,500.
Yes.
Okay.
And it makes more sense lah.
Yeah, from that time, every time I travel, no matter long or short trip, I will definitely buy.
You'll definitely buy lah.
Yeah.
And what are the things that you look out for, especially with so many options available, right? How do you actually decide which one to buy? Just curious. I mean, as a consumer yourself, so at least you can know, what are you all looking out for also, ma.
Okay, it depends on situation like that time because of COVID-19, right? I will find something that cover for the situation like COVID-19.
Okay.
But normally I will just buy for the flight delay, luggage claim, all these. If I travel for the long journey, like I just came back from Hong Kong, I just bought whatever like dengue, all these. Yeah. So it depends on what trip. Yeah, where am I going and how long is it? Yeah, like recently I also went back to Thailand and flight delay for 6 hours. I also claim.
You travel quite a fair bit. Why never buy annual insurance? Why never buy the annual? Makes sense, right?
Yes.
Did you do the math on
No,
this
because
process?
at first I told you before that I not really think it's important. Yeah, I just realized that it's very important. So recently I really considering to buy the annual one.
Yeah, it makes more sense, right?
Yes,
Especially
yes.
you travel quite a fair bit.
Definitely you have to go back Thailand, some personal trip,
Yes.
some family trip,
Yes.
right? At least 3 trips already.
4 trips. most of
And
the time.
really those who has a small kids or baby, right, it's very worth it a lot.
Save a lot of headache lah. Save a lot of headache lah.
Save a lot of headache because sometimes, right, I got one baby, she only 7 months old. You don't know what's wrong with her. She don't know how to talk. She don't know how to explain like where she pain. Yeah, so a bit like go see doctor, go hospital.
Okay.
Yeah, if you never buy, imagine you go trip for 1 month, she go hospital 4 times, how much you need to pay,
Cost of bond.
Okay.
The trip itself, the hospital trip itself is a lot more expensive than
Then
the whole holiday.
whole trip,
that's
I haven't buy anything already, finished the money. So it's like you have any trick to buy travel insurance? Which one is more worth? Like me, I see the situation, see the country. Any trick?
Trick. I think most of the time, if I'm buying more, I'll number one look at where I'm traveling to, like what you mentioned. If I go Europe, I'm a little bit more careful lah, because theft there is very common. So I'll look for things that covers a little bit more on theft. So I think that's the number one thing that I'm concerning about. And sometimes the trips that I go to, I like to transit in Dubai. So connecting flights and potential flight delays is also something that I'm actually looking at lah. Yeah, so these are normally the two main concerns. So which one gives me the best coverage for flight delay and theft and things like that.
Yeah, then just now you mentioned about annual travel insurance. So can you explain more about it to let our subscriber know about it?
So in general, if you are talking about travel insurance, there are two kinds, single trip and annual trip. So annual trip basically covers a certain area, then you can just travel any point of time in the world, in the year, and it covers you up to 90 days if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so basically if you travel quite often to, let's say for example like yourself to Thailand, then it's better to get something that covers Southeast Asia or even Asia, and it makes more sense in terms of math.
So is the annual one compared to the worldwide one? The worldwide one is more expensive, but cover the whole around the world.
Cover everywhere. Cover everywhere.
But I also have to add one more point, is that annual also save headache in case sometimes people really forget,
Yes.
Yeah, being like, wow, I want to plan for my holiday, blah, blah, blah. If you buy annual, you don't need to worry. You start on the 1st of January all the way to end of December. You don't need to worry. As long as the place that you travel falls into the area that you want to travel, I think annual plan take away the headache. Yeah, no need last minute.
Correct. I think one last thing that people sometimes forget about travel insurance is that, especially if you are taking night flights and your flight itinerary is a little bit long or flight duration is a bit long, right? Sometimes when you reach back Singapore, it's the next day. So you need to actually cover yourself till the next day rather than the day that you departure. So yeah, so this is something that sometimes people miss out and they realize, hey, they cannot claim. Yeah, so this is one things to look out for.
Yep, I also agree.
So it's like any final tip for the listener about the travel insurance?
Final tip, if you ask me, of course, get your advisor to do some simple comparison, and then after comparing, see what do you need the most. Like for example, Kieran mentioned flight delay, or not say flight delay, so personal belongings.
Personal belongings.
Yeah, so see whether is that limit high. Some can have lower limit, some insurer can have a higher limit. So looking at what you really want and go for that, even though it's expensive, but you know that when time comes, you will definitely claim for it. Yeah, why worry about that few dollars? Yeah.
How about you?
I think for myself, if I think with technology and everybody get access to internet these days, you are able to definitely DIY yourself. But if you are unsure about the claim process and things like that, then it's better to seek your advisors for help, because I mean the amount that you're going to pay direct through DIY and doing through advisors is probably the same, and you probably won't save much as well. So leave the headache to the advisors, and in any event that happens, right? I mean, you have someone to message to.
Yeah.
If you caught at that situation, right? Not everybody is like Lenin like that, so provision. You can go and text the hotline yourself, and you are so calm to wait for things to reply and things like that. So get someone to be able to help you to liaise in event things do happen. Then I think that will save a lot of your trouble and make your trip more memorable, which is the whole idea of traveling, right?
That's why pass the risk to someone to take care for you.
Transfer the risk out.
Correct. That's why insurance, right? Yeah.
Correct.
Thank you for your insight. For me, God, people tell me something the money cannot buy is time. But for the travel insurance, the money can buy the time, because the time you lost, the insurance will cover the time for you.
Yes.
Okay, if you like this episode, please like and share and subscribe. Coffee, tea, money.